dear participants, all members of the course, and the trainers. I am really privileged to start this new TESOL-Ukraine event, the training Introduction to CELTA 2026. And welcome all of you on board. Well, we are delighted that 33 students and teachers have chosen to participate in this training and gain more detailed understanding of modern English language teaching, new information about new methods and of teaching English, and preparation techniques for CELTA professional exam. I would like to mention that today's rapidly changing educational and social landscape, English language teachers, as well as future teachers, should constantly update their professional knowledge. It is necessary. All their professional skills need updating. As professional development is the mission of TESOL-Ukraine, it plays a crucial role in supporting teachers' trainings, especially in the use of modern teaching methods. These methods, including the methods you already know, and maybe you will get information, or communicative, task-based, technology, enhanced learning, multimodal communication, help teachers respond to the students' needs, increase students' motivation, and prepare learners for real-world communication. And TESOL-Ukraine always tries to provide structural training and access to international best practices. So we hope that the activities of this training will allow participants to share professional expertise, be engaged in global academic practices, and as a result, strengthen the quality of English language teaching and learning in Ukraine. So I wish you fruitful work under the guidance of a professional trainer, Ms. Olena Kuzmenko, and I will be happy to join your final webinar and enjoy the results of your work in the training. Good luck to everybody in this training and in your life.
So thank you, Dr. Olena Ilienko. So yeah, that was a pleasure, and we are honored to have you today with us. So we hope that you will attend us during some other sessions. Yeah, so because it's a pleasure, yeah, to have you and like to hear some kind words, and so for you to share this expertise with us. Now that's high time for us to kick off or to get started. By the way, there is one fact that I am delighted by, or surprised by, I'd say, because the course Introduction to CELTA was aimed at like pre-service teachers, so to say students, or at least those of you who have maybe 2, 3, up to 5 years like of your teaching experience. In fact, when I looked through the questionnaire, I saw a strange thing that there would be some of you with 10 or even 20 years of professional experience in the field. And some people so keep on nodding their heads, like Ina, for example. Yeah. So still, you will tell me later on, because we will discuss later what were your personal reasons for entering the course. Yeah, kind of like signing up for this course, because the reasons are absolutely different, and we are to discuss them later on. Now, if you allow, I will share my screen with you. And so let us start it. So here is like this course. Yeah, so I hope that all of you can see my screen. Yeah, am I right? Yeah, thumbs up if yes.
Yep.
Thumbs up if yes. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And I'm going to start with this slide with the help of which I'm going to introduce the course developers. Unfortunately, so today they are not present, not with us. I had a personal talk with Marina Cehelska, so she's been busy. That's why she promised to join us later on. For those of you who don't know who like this person is, I will tell you that she is a vice president of TESOL-Ukraine. Today we're having a president with us, but the vice president is absent. So she's a PhD in philology, a Fulbright Scholar alumni, and associate professor in Kryvyi Rih State Pedagogical University. And one more course developer, that's our colleague from Hawaii, Sally La Luzerne OE, MA, a Fulbright Senior Scholar alumni, EFL ESL teacher and teacher trainer, who promised to join us, so like in some of our sessions. Perhaps that will be during the final session when you'll be presenting your own lessons. And so let me say a few words about myself. So I'm Olena Kuzmenko, so you're trainer, the trainer of the course, PhD in philology, associate professor at Zhytomyr Franko State University, and CELTA certified teacher of English. I did my CELTA course in 2020. That was almost 6 years ago. Yes, so 5 years and a half to be exact. But still, you know, that was an invaluable experience, and I have a lot of great memories that are still like in my head, on my mind, and will forever be with me. Later on, you will understand why. The agenda of our session, or what we are to do today. So we are going to get acquainted, yeah, because so CELTA or Introduction to CELTA, that's a great chance for networking, for finding new people, for making friends, yeah, for making acquaintances. So with the people who are like distantly, or geographically are from different corners of Ukraine, who are scattered all around Ukraine. But in spite of that, you have something that unites you, and I believe that that's your passion for learning, for studying, for like developing yourselves. Then we will talk about your personal reasons, as I've promised it to Inna, because I will ask you to share, yeah, why you were interested in the Introduction to CELTA course and what you expect of it, what your like prospective benefits can be. Then I will brief you on what you should know about CELTA, because it's essential. We will talk about content and key abbreviations of the course, discuss the key subject matter of ELT, and analyze, yeah, or kind of compare two crucial approaches in ELT, dwelling upon the advantages and core disadvantages of each of them. And later on, or eventually, we will also discuss a learner-centered approach that is central to CELTA and everything related to it, or is kind of cornerstone of this whole course. Now, that will be quite logical that we will get acquainted with each other, since you hardly know each other. Perhaps some of the faces just seem to be familiar to you. That's why, how will we deal with that? I will ask you to discuss your backgrounds in breakout rooms, because now I will assign you in breakout rooms where you will stay for 7 minutes. During these 7 minutes, you are to discuss the following topics. they may not be limited just to what you see on my screen or on my slide, but you can start with talking about education and learning, hobbies and interests, travel experiences, personality and mindset, some fun or random facts about yourselves, or just whatever you wish to be discussed. Yeah, because we are not just teachers, we are living beings, we are humans, and that's why so we do have a lot of interests besides teaching. So, during these 7 minutes, you are to discuss one of those topics in not one, sorry, like any of these topics, I mean, and you are to find some features, some like things that are in common. Yeah, so like between all of you, all those who will be present in a particular room. So now I will just make a print screen, and perhaps I will share it in our group. Yeah, so in our group, in our chat. I believe that it would be reasonable because like all of you can so check your chat in Telegram and so see that. Yeah. So I will stop sharing and assign you in these rooms. There are currently 20 of us. So to say there will be four teams or four rooms of 5 participants each. Just a moment. Okay. Remember, you have 7 minutes. Okay. Any questions? What are you to do? Could you please, Elizaveta, remind me of that? What are you to do?
To discuss and to get to know each other a little bit better.
In order to, what is the final goal?
In order to get acquainted.
And to find, yeah, what is
What we have in
Common thing.
common.
what you have in common. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Now, when you are in the know, I will open the rooms. So, and you are invited to join them.
Hello.
Hello. Any technical issues, by the way, because you were supposed like to join?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they throw me out.
Oh, so it threw you out. So why did it happen, I wonder? Just a
Yeah,
moment. Let
gonna
me
have to.
assign you in some room. Так, Hasanenko Lilia. So it says that so she did not join room number 2. Okay, maybe I will send her to room number 4. Так, hopefully she'll be there. Так, and Margarita, let me find a room for you. Так.
Sorry, I made a mistake and it threw me out from the room.
What did you do, by the way, for you to appear here in the main room?
Nothing.
Nothing. So I
No, I
wonder.
just,
Uh-huh.
yeah, just by mistake, I I clicked this cross in order to close the window. That informed me that now I'm just in this room, and I just wanted to close it. Like, okay, and it sent me back here
Uh-huh. Okay, don't you
automatically.
mind being in room number 3? Okay, let me arrange that. Hmm?
Who really wants to get this knowledge and um And maybe this course would be for me, would help me to understand how to do it like in proficient way, not only just as a hobby or some shared facts with my friends and they are surprised and okay, so some this detail.
Yeah, I learn in English like at university. So you said like you're in the fifth year, but are you an English student?
Yeah, sure. I am
Mhm.
philologist.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sorry for intervening. I see that, so it's a kind of dialogue between Olena and Margarita. What about Yaroslava, Victoria? Ladies, I kindly invite you to participate in this discussion, yeah, because you are supposed to find the commonalities between all of you, not just between two people.
Okay, we've got just Yaroslava left.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm Yaroslava Mazur. I have a bachelor's degree in philology from in our university, Buketov National University, and I am currently. Prior to that, I will delving into delving into teaching. I already had like TESOL certification and TKT. The first, second, and the third one, and as well, I attended a lot of conference like CLIL conference, and I've heard that in April we'll have STEAM and CLIL conference, so I would like to delve into as well. So yeah, mostly I design a program for French learners to learn Ukrainian, because I don't like teaching them like with the book and the workbooks, which I have. Not designed by me, so I try to design my own program based on the methodics. So that's why I do need CELTA course. And the second reason that I design games and materials for teachers, French teachers and English teachers as well. I design board games, flashcards, and all of the things like this.
It usually seems strange for me when they cannot come up with any information about themselves. But now I see how hard it is. Yeah, so maybe this is it.
Well, and your students, how do they feel in this situation? So aren't they stressed? What's their reaction to the
When they have to
situation?
get acquainted.
Yeah. To every day, I have not asked actually about the situation, what I meant. So how?
So that's why. Yeah.
I see,
I
because
try
I
really
really
hard
feel it.
just to pretend I'm British.
I see,
Thank you
see,
very much. I
sure.
appreciate it.
I really like it because I think I have a kind of ear for it, and sometimes I also get compliments when, for example, I speak for a week or two with the American, for example, and I get a kind of American pronunciation. And the same with when I listen to some music or watch some movies in English.
So we are back again. I hope you had enough time, yeah?
No.
For talking? No? And the rest of the stuff
No.
was discussed.
We haven't finished,
That's not enough.
not enough time for us.
Group 5, by the way, group 4, sorry, you were the most active ones. You were talking and talking and talking. So it seems to me that in spite of how much time you might be given, yeah, so you would still lack it. So it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure for me to see that you are so happy about finding each other and about communicating with each other. Okay, yeah. Now please share. So like room 1. find ask someone to be your delegate, yeah, so that you could share what three commonalities you managed to identify or to find. So like among the partners, among the people of your group, of your room. Group one. Olena Kichata, as far as I remember, you've been there. And some Yaroslava, no, perhaps, Yaroslava Mazur, am I mistaken?
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, so you were there. And who else? Could you please tell me?
Victoria.
Victoria?
And
Uh-huh.
and
Who'd like to talk? Who'd like to talk? For me, just not to appoint the victims, because I don't like doing that.
I was taking notes, maybe like I can share it.
Okay, Olena, do it, please.
We didn't have enough time actually to discuss everything, and we had to warm up a little bit, but it seems like we all have or are about to get a degree in teaching English. But like all of us have started with teaching when we were at university, still students, and girls are still studying. So, but I started working when I was in my third year, right? So that is the second thing. And the last one, one of the difficulties in teaching for us is building rapport with students. And I agree with girls that sometimes it might be really difficult to have this connection with students. But sometimes it's like from my teaching experience, sometimes it's impossible. Right.
What makes it so difficult nowadays or at present, to establish this rapport you are talking about? Because it seems to me that previously you did not experience those problems. Yeah, a decade ago, we did not have it. Or am I mistaken?
Maybe this is due to the this media, the social, the technologies, and very often, like even in our breakout room, because we were all far away from each other, like some with our cameras on, others with cameras off. So it acts as a distraction, right? As a barrier to communication. And sometimes people are just feeling more comfortable in their own bubble, right? And just stepping out of the comfort zone online is a little bit inconvenient, right?
Yeah, I anticipate that because of COVID, because of this wartime period, quite a lot of us lack socialization. I can judge it by my son, who is a teenager. And so at times when I kind of push him into going outside, he says, "Oh, I feel pretty comfortable staying where I am." Yeah. And that's about the whole problem of teaching and learning and education in general, because nowadays, unlike the times when we used to be the teenagers, our parents had the problem with finding us because we were always outside, and we were quite unwilling to go home and just to do all the assignments given. Still, nowadays they prefer to sit in front of their computers, being quite addicted to that, and so it becomes socialization becomes a huge problem. But I believe we will root it out. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Now, so team number 2. Who is there? Could you please share? Okay, Natalia.
Yes,
You are the
yes. Okay, I
bravest
was a
one.
member of team number 2, but really, okay, the time has flight very quickly, and we didn't have enough, okay, to speak and share maybe something interesting. But the only thing that I can say, among the people in this group, we have got 3 Olas, okay, and we have got 3 teachers. The discrepancy just among us is that one is a teacher of French language, as far as I remember. One teacher is of management, and I'm a teacher of English. Maybe the common thing also between us is that the people who have already said something to introduce themselves. Okay, we all like traveling. Yes, I can say.
Yeah.
Ola, maybe you can help me because no other information, okay? In our group, yes.
I'm not a good helper, but I saw three common things. We are teachers.
Yes.
We are really interested in our profession. And it looks like we all like to communicate with another interesting people too.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So like, and we share this like common passion about traveling, yeah. So it's in our nature because that's how we teachers recharge our batteries. And I know that quite a lot of colleagues of mine so prefer to travel to some distant locations, some foreign countries, and are eager to take part in the conferences, not for the sake of the conferences, but for the sake of traveling, yeah. So and changing the background, yeah. So thank you for being so frank, yeah. So and for like talking about what really matters. So group 3.
I suppose it's ours, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, as it was mentioned before, we also have a common passion, and it's traveling. I can't say that I'm a big fan of some far-flung destinations and corners of our world, but in general, it's very good when you can go somewhere and relax and also practice English. Yeah, so we are all teachers, but I guess Daria said that she is a German teacher, yeah, mainly a German teacher.
No,
And
no, but I work most with Deutsch. Sorry, with German. That's why.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I said that 7 minutes are not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe somebody wants to add something from our group.
Probably we all are sociable.
Pretty easygoing, talkative.
Yep.
The teachers you are supposed to be. Okay.
And good listeners.
Good active listeners and good listeners, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
And we all liked the pronunciation of Elizaveta. I even wanted her to present to the group.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for
Thank you.
paying compliments to each other. Yeah, so that's what I appreciate a lot when people not only find something in common, but when they are eager to pay compliments. That means a lot. Yeah, so group 4, you are left.
Probably, I must apologize first of all, as I joined from a new device today, and I have only user. So if you remember, my name is Irina Mishinska. So well, we were actually a group of 4, only 4 people in a group, 2 teachers and 2 students. So as I understood, what we have in common is passion for something new and fresh, what we would like to find out actually about the course. Yeah, we discussed the methods with the other teacher, with Olena Shevchenko, discussed the methods that we use and the courses that we teach and the situation that we manage actually throughout our classes. But 7 minutes is not enough. Maybe girls will add something.
Yeah, we have a lot of people who are avid adventurers, who like to travel, yeah, who share some common passion, not only for knowledge, but for getting to know some new things, yeah, and a kind of so a kind of like finding out something new to themselves, yeah. So that's what is in common, and we are great at being active listeners and at socializing. I believe this. So these features are common not to only to a particular group, but just like to all of us. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Now in the chat you will find the link to my Padlet page. So could you please so click on that and check if it's active, if it works. By the way, I can put it in our chat on Telegram if you wish, if you feel like comfortable working from there. Okay, it's there. What are you to do right now? I'd like you to share like why you got interested in the introduction to CELTA course. So let me share the screen. Yeah, and I will show what you have to do. So, is the link active? Just tell me. Yes?
Yes.
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 Yes, it's active. Then, so you remember how to work with Padlet, obviously. So if not, I will just remind you. So you will see, so at the bottom right corner, kind of like plus sign. Yeah. So by clicking on that, you will happen to see the window, like small window. Then type your name and surname here, and so give like a few phrases, for example, or even a sentence or two that will present your personal reason for joining the course. Perhaps you got interested in something, or maybe there is somebody who kind of pushed you into doing that or motivated you into doing that. You have up to 4 minutes. If you are done earlier, that's okay. And then we will read and analyze it together, and we will see if there are some commonalities even here, like in the reasons. Okay, I will stop sharing so that you couldn't like see what other people are typing currently, yeah, so that you wouldn't be influenced by each other's answers. Currently, I see no answers yet. So seems as if you are not writing the answers to the question, but essays, essays on the topic.
Miss Kuzmenko, can I ask?
Okay.
I've sent, but I'm not sure you've got it. Can you please check it?
Oh yeah. So Olga Slobodyan. So like I have only one.
Na, Bozhenko Kurilo. Okay, yeah.
Maybe I will reboot the page and check it. Maybe it will appear.
So,
Do not forget to save all the changes for them to become visible, yeah, and for information to become visible. Still, like that's the one answer from Olga Slobodyan. Yeah, only one. Так. From Victoria, I've got the answer from Victoria. Now I have two. Inna Yeremenko, thank you. Nata Грибан. Margarita. Okay, I have answers also from Olga Buhayevska, then Irina Mishinska, Alena Shevchenko, Lilia Hasanenko, Hasanenko. I believe that I stressed it properly. Then Yulia Liliuk. Okay, let me share the screen of mine, and we will start reading and getting acquainted with your answers, while the rest will be coming up, with their decisions and what to write. Okay, so I was interested in delving into the methodology of teaching and being able to create my own educational program, reviewing my knowledge and getting prepared for the real CELTA course. Victoria says that my university teacher motivated me to take part in the Introduction to CELTA course. I'd like to get new experience there, learn something new about teaching, and get new acquaintances. Yeah, you'll definitely get what you aspire for. Inna, I'm an eager learner, always searching for something new professionally. I've been thinking about CELTA a lot lately, so I took my chance. I hope to learn new methods of teaching. Natalia, I got interested in this course because I'm graduating this year. In June, I'm going to have my state exam, so this course is a great chance for me to brush up on my knowledge of methodology and pick up some new things. Okay. Margarita, I'm interested in the course because I really want to improve my teaching skills as well as my social skills in some way. I'd be happy to gain any new knowledge and share mine if it would be interesting and helpful to someone. Of course. We are here to cascade our knowledge. So you're not supposed just to listen to me, because otherwise it won't be the introduction to CELTA course. It will be just lecturing, and I'm interested in your ideas and your experience as well. Olga, my name is Olga. I'm not a teacher, so I decided to take part in the course in order to learn more about teaching English and teaching methods, and also to listen to the experiences that experienced teachers can share. I'm interested in new, Irina says, fresh approaches to teaching English for special purposes. It's not quite about special purposes, but so that's about brushing up on the methodology of teaching English in general. I'm eager to find solutions to communicating ideas to my students. Alena, I'd like to refresh my knowledge, gain new insights, make new acquaintances, and obtain a certificate. There is some extrinsic motivation in whatever we do. I want to learn, Lilia says, something new about teaching English because I have little teaching experience. Maybe this course will give me the push to start teaching English and not be afraid to share my knowledge with someone else. For sure. We are here to learn from each other. I'd like to know more instruments for teaching, says Julia. Okay. Then Elizaveta, my English teacher at school has always been the role model. She inspired me to become a teacher too. She got CELTA and Delta certificates and shared how incredible this experience was. It's an amazing opportunity to become a better version of yourself as a teacher. Thank you. Great. And so you are happy to have such an experienced teacher with Delta certificate. That means a lot. Natalia, I'm definitely interested in teaching methodology, language analysis, and open to obtain new strategies in teaching English and consequently refresh my knowledge in teaching. Olena, one, imposter syndrome. Two, the first reason is imposter syndrome, like being an odd person in the field. You are definitely where you should be. The second reason, I need to validate my knowledge and skills. And the third, desire to see areas for improvement. So we are on the right track, all of you. Yaroslava, I'm taking this course to gain more hands-on teaching experience and bridge the gap between my theoretical background and real classroom practice. I'm also looking forward to meeting like-minded people and becoming part of a supportive teaching community. Okay, from what I've read, I see that, so quite a lot of you still lack some teaching experience, So you'd like to gain some new insights, so to develop your skills, to have some hands-on activities and some more practice, to start feeling more confident in what you do, so to improve what you already gained, and so to develop networking, or to establish networking with some other people from different corners of Ukraine. Again, I will repeat so that all of you are on the right track, because that's what we will deal with. Since it's just not the CELTA course itself, but a pre-CELTA, pre-CELTA, Still, even in spite of that, I will tell you that as a person, so who obtained that certificate, I'm here to help you with providing you with some life hacks. Life hacks so that you could nail your CELTA course in case if after completing the course you are currently enrolled in, you'd like to start doing that one. So, for example, for you to be well equipped, I'll tell you that there are certain CELTA centers. Most of them are in Kiev, in spite of the fact that it's not quite a safe location. There's a great education center, International Language Center, that's where I did my CELTA in 2020. International House and British Council, because they are offering the courses of the kind. If talking about some other cities in Ukraine, there's a Kharkiv and Odessa. So again, not quite safe. So not quite safe cities, but still, they have Cambridge English Center, Boyka School in Kharkiv, and London School of English in Odessa. And so here you can see the logos of all these centers for you, if you happen to start looking for them. So looking for the information or checking up on them. So that's what you may come across. I've heard recently that some new centers are going to be opened in Lviv and in Chernivtsi or Uzhhorod, so it's still being discussed because it's quite reasonable. Western Ukraine it's much safer compared to the eastern and central Ukraine, but so it's still just it's still what is being negotiated upon. Okay, judging from what I've been asked by my colleagues, by my friends about CELTA, I've decided to kind of gather all that information. So and collect the thoughts the people provided me with on CELTA, and decided to play the so-called myth or fact game. Right now, I'd like you to show me a thumb up if you consider a certain statement to be true or to be a fact. In case if you consider it to be a myth, then so show me your thumbs down. The first one, CELTA is only for native English speakers. Your ideas, a fact or a myth? So, a myth, a myth. So, Inna, could you please comment on it?
Okay. Good evening, everyone, again.
Good evening.
Of course, I'm sure, I'm dead sure that it's a myth. It's not only for native English speakers, because we know, we looked it up, millions of times, and we know that CELTA is not only taught in Ukraine, but around the world. You can go to any country, and I know Ukrainians go to different countries, even Turkey, in Istanbul, to finish this course. So no, of course not. It's not for native English speakers.
Actually, it's a certificate, in English language, teachers, in English language teaching to adults, teaching to adults. Actually, that's the certificate that enables you to teach English to everyone who is willing to know it, letter A here stands for what? Let us gradually proceed to the second sentence. What does A stand here for? Does it stand for teaching advanced level students? And S stands for standard qualification, P for CELTA premium? Yes or no? Fact or a myth? A fact or a myth? So a fact. So Natalia. So then responding to your thumb up, I'll tell you that actually it's a myth. Because
okay.
but it's perfect that you are not scared of showing your thumbs up and down. So we are here to get to know some new things, about CELTA. A here stands for teaching adults, with different level of knowledge. Because there are some adults aged 30 plus or even 50 plus who are just making the first steps in learning English. So to say, they have the so-called A1 or A2 level, so they are pre-intermediate learners, but they are adults. That's what CELTA stands for. CELTA stands for. CELT-C If you happen to to start looking for different teachers who conduct these CELTA courses, yeah, at the centers provided above, perhaps you might have noticed that there are certain teachers who possess this classification, this certification, sorry, with CELT S or CELT P, where S stands for what? Secondary school learners or teaching teenagers. And CELT P stands for primary school learners. Yeah, primary school learners. That's why if you are looking for a course trainer to yourself, yeah, then so just check what CELT certification a person has. Is it CELTA or CELT S or CELT P? Then CELTA is intensive and requires a lot of commitment. A fact or a myth?
I think so.
Oh, definitely. So that's definitely a fact. So Elizaveta, so any comments?
Yeah, it's based on something that I've heard before from my teacher, for example. Yes, you'll spend days and nights revising, and revising, but it's definitely worth it. So
Yeah.
you just need to be prepared for that.
Definitely. So that's why so among the prerequisites for you to to take the course and to do it are like the following. So you should have at least the basic knowledge of methodology, and that's what I'm going to teach you. Yeah. So to equip you with during this introduction to CELTA course. To be quite frank with you, in spite of it being not just the CELTA but just pre-CELTA course, I will cover a lot of issues that I've been given, yeah, during the course or while doing my own course. That's why. So if you cover all these issues together with me, and if you come, so yeah, till the end doing what is asked of you, believe me, then 2/3 of the work so will be already done. Yeah, so it requires a lot of commitment, even in spite of the fact that so practical, you'll be asked to conduct just one lesson, so in 2 days. In 2 days, believe me, you will lack time for finding everything out, for planning it, and especially if you're doing it offline, you will have to get ready with handouts to all the students, so to all your learners. There will be a lot more technical issues, and so it just seems that it's easy. It's far from being easy. Then CELTA improves both teaching skills and job prospects. A fact or a myth? Natalia Hriban, could you please comment? Why do you think so?
So I'm pretty sure that such course as CELTA improves teaching skills because it gives us a lot of new information, or it's a great opportunity to polish everything we've learned before. And of course, when you have this knowledge, your job prospects they become more clear, and it's a great background to have a great job.
Yeah, definitely. So when we finally got our certificates, our course teachers told us, so there is no difference if you get, for example, just a pass, yeah, so a certificate with a pass written on it, or a pass B, pass A. The difference between them is just that, for example, it's the certificate of merit or of distinction, but apart from that, that doesn't mean that one certificate is better than the other one. So if you've got pass, then so it already increases your chances for success. And people who are on these LinkedIn sites or on some other social sites, who are employers who are looking for some distinguished, efficient, and qualified workers, will definitely look for you. Yeah, so that will increase your chances for your personal success. Then you must have teaching experience before doing CELTA. So yes or no? Yeah, so a fact or a myth? A fact or a myth? I'm looking for the people who are either who are showing their thumbs. So yeah, our user, that's Irina, as far as I remember. Yeah, your name. So could you please? Yeah, Irina. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm Irina. Yeah. Well, actually, I think so because I cannot imagine person without any experience. I don't think it must be huge, profound experience, but at least some practical experience is required. Yeah, because there should be some basics of methodology. Person should have some basics of methodology to teach someone something. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a student, probably they also have some practical experience at their educational institutions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
As they are almost graduates. I mean, our participants, they're almost graduates, so they already have some experience, I suppose. Yeah, they just want to brush it up, polish it, improve it. Yeah, and become perfect in a way, or at least to see the prospects. Yeah,
okay. So I would say that
that's my
it's
opinion.
about having a profound knowledge of methodology and having at least
Mm-hmm.
some. Yeah, it's not required.
At least.
Yeah, so at
Yeah.
least so of having some practical experience in teaching, if possible. Still,
Yes.
we've been told that so a person might not have any experience, but on condition that a person knows like basics of ELT, at least. That's why for this you should be a pre-service teacher. I mean, the student who is an undergraduate, who is in their fourth year of studying, or for example, doing
Correct.
master's degree. Yeah, but it
Mm-hmm.
presupposes having at least some experience. So altogether.
Exactly.
Then
Exactly.
CELTA teaches student-centered and communicative teaching methods. So a fact or a myth? Teaches student-centered and communicative teaching methods. A fact or a myth? Olena? Unmute yourself, please. We don't hear you. Unmute yourself.
Sorry. As far as I know, it's about communicative approach methodology mostly, and it teaches only this method of teaching. But it seems there is some information about other teaching methods there as well.
It
But that's the
incorporates
focus.
some other teaching methods, but
Mm-hmm.
the primary focus is on these
Yeah.
two. So thank you for like such a profound explanation. And the last one, CELTA can be done full-time or part-time? Full-time or part-time? Okay. Irina?
It's about us. Yeah, in our case, we cannot do it full time as we are busy, involved in a lot of activities. So that's why I suppose it's possible to do part time.
You are quite right. So it's possible. Yeah, it's for busy teachers. So what's the difference between doing it full-time or part-time? I will specify here a bit. So full-time CELTA is about you dedicating the whole month of your life. That's what I did. So I did this course in July. So we started on the 28th of June. And so like by the 24th of July, so we've been involved. Yeah, we kind of dived into like this process. We had this theoretical input, conducted our own practical classes. Yeah, so and I was lucky enough not to have any classes. But for busy teachers who'd like to do that throughout the year, while they are having their own classes at school or at the university, it's possible to do it part-time. Part-time CELTA will last longer. Why? Because you will have meetings just at the weekends. For example, you will have like meetings during usually 3 or 4 months in a row at the weekends on Saturdays and Sundays. And for you to like present your final lesson, you can be even invited to a particular center so that you could conduct it offline. Yeah, so it reminds me of this hybrid format of online yeah, of online learning, so as well as like offline one. So like throughout these 4 months, you will have online meetings at the weekends, and then you can be like invited to come and like start presenting these final lessons of yours offline. What is better? Like, I'm that person who likes to do everything at once. That's why full-time online course, that's what I've chosen for myself. And I consider it to be like the best option ever. For those of you who do not have time or who want like to somehow like do everything like bit by bit, step by step, perhaps like a part-time option will work best. Then, what are the stages in getting a CELTA certificate? First of all, you are to decide what course type you prefer. For example, either a full-time or a part-time. Then, so you are to find the center you like, and like like having this communication or chat with them, they will provide you with some fill-out form. You will fill it out, and they will invite you to some interview in order to orally discuss with you some issues and check whether you are like eligible for that. So to say, if you have all the necessary minimum, yeah, of like knowledge required for the course. Besides, before the course starts, usually like it takes a week between the interview and the course itself, there will be initial preparation. So to say, you will be provided with a list of heaps of books you are to read or to look through, so that you could be well aware what will be required of you. And then, so exactly the course starts itself with the input sessions. Usually, so they are taken during the first 3 days, or sometimes they go hand in hand with your own teaching practice, so to say. For example, you have your own teaching practice in the first half of the day, and in the second half you will still have these input sessions with some teaching theory provided by your course trainers. You are supposed to work with 2 course trainers, a Ukrainian one and a foreign one. Believe me, it's much better to work with the foreigners. That's why you will be happier, yeah, the happiest person ever, if your Ukrainian teacher will be the first or will be in charge of your first 2 weeks. Because usually all the foreigners, yeah, are much lenient in putting the marks, and they motivate us a lot. I've been in a quite different situation, having my Scottish teacher during the first 2 weeks who motivated me, encouraged me, so who put like the best marks ever to me. And I had like during the last 2 weeks, because usually the course takes 4 weeks, like, yes, this full-time course, and I had a Ukrainian teacher, a lady, during the last 2 weeks, who said that she did not see that marked improvement in me for me to get so a Pass B certificate. And she was the one who insisted on me getting just the pass, in spite of the fact that those 2 ladies who got this Pass B, they are the ones I shared all my notes with. It's not quite fair, you'll tell me, but life is not fair. And as my Scottish teacher told me later on in private messaging, that it wasn't him who was in charge of such a result. That was the decision of that Ukrainian lady. All the Ukrainian ladies are greedy ones. That's why you'd better work with the foreigners. And if you happen to find like 2 teachers who will be the foreigners, so then it's bingo. Then, so then here comes teaching practice and written assignments. You will have 1 written assignment per week. If you think that it's quite simple, yeah, when we opened that, everything seemed pretty simple. I would say even silly. But only me and my colleagues succeeded in like doing it at once and submitting and not being asked to redo it. Because like the rest were asked to take 1 more week to redo everything. Mind that in case if you skip at least 1 written assignment, it means that you can no longer continue dealing with the course or doing the course. So you'll be excluded. Then, so like during the very last days of the course, there will be the final assessment, feedback, and certification. So to say, you'll be asked to conduct this final lesson in which you should invest all your efforts, energy, skills, knowledge, whatever you have. And you'll be also attended by some external assessor who will monitor what you've been doing. So he will have, or she will have, like in their hands some like previous results with the marks for the previous lessons put to you by your course trainers, and then so it's up to them to decide whether to give you some certificate with merit or distinction or not. So that's how like everything works. Then coming back to our course, Introduction to CELTA, what topics we will cover? Yeah, so they are the ones that you will cover during the original CELTA course. That will be Introduction to English Language Teaching, that's what we are dealing with today. Understanding learners and theories of learning, motivating learners, student engagement, teaching grammar, vocabulary, listening, reading, speaking, writing, classroom management, error correction, assessment and feedback, and planning your teaching. Though, do not think that I will postpone like all these planning issues by the very end of the course. No, while we'll be dealing with grammar, vocabulary, listening lessons, I will immediately equip you with all the possible approaches and lesson plans. Yeah, so like how they can look like for you to nail everything. And the very last session of ours, the 13th one, that will fall on May the 20th, so will be like your responsibility, because by that time you'll be split up into some micro groups or micro teams in which you are supposed to present one of the lessons. That will be kind of, I will like use some randomizer to assign the tasks to each of these groups or each of these micro teams. One of the groups will get teaching reading, the other one so teaching listening, and so on and so forth. I believe that it will be a fair choice. And so while dealing with either Introduction to CELTA or CELTA course itself, so you cannot go without knowing these key abbreviations. So perhaps you do not know all of them, how to decipher all of them, but I'm dead sure that like 3/4 of these abbreviations seem familiar to you. And that's what will be used in your like lesson plans, like in those handouts that you'll be provided with by your course trainers. So what does TP stand for? Who knows? Who'll tell me? Any suggestions? Don't be afraid. So be more confident in yourselves. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. I see that some of you are texting in the chat. Teaching practice. Right you are. Then TA. It stands for?
The first thing that comes to mind, the teacher assistant.
Teaching assignment, Ina. Teaching assignment, but thank you for your suggestion. EFL, what's this? EFL.
English as foreign language.
Perfect, yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, perfect. So, yeah, so you guessed it right. Then ELT.
Similar English language teaching.
Quite right. TPR.
Total physical response.
ICQs versus CCQs. These are like two key terms I've learned while doing the course, because by that moment I hardly knew what it meant.
Instruction checking questions and concept checking questions.
Concept checking questions and so instruction checking questions. Yeah. So today, when you were assigned and asked to work in breakouts, I asked Yelizaveta, so what are we to do? Yeah, what are our steps? These are instruction checking questions. What stands for like CCQs? Very often our students, especially if you happen to deal with some pre-intermediate level students, yeah, may not be in the know of certain words they come across in the text they read, for example, some extracts they hear. And so you are not to come to their rescue immediately or to tell them in Ukrainian what it means. It's forbidden. Yeah. Instead, ask them these CCQs. These are the questions that presuppose giving yes or no answer. Like, for example, so just imagine that they don't know what a ghost is. Yeah. Of course, you can either show the image of the ghost and then so it will like eliminate all the possible questions, or you can ask them, is it something that, so judging from the context, is it something that we are scared of? They will say, yes. Is it kind of like invisible spirit? Yes. Like, can all the people see it? For example, no, yeah? And by asking like 3 or 4 concept checking questions, they will come with a conclusion what it is, and they will start shouting, I know, it's for example, so just that's this, and they will tell you that. Then L1, L2.
Native language and foreign.
And foreign language or target language, for example, English or German or French, so something that you've been teaching, yeah, and they are learning. SLA, second
language acquisition.
Yeah, of the process of acquiring the language. Then VAK or VAC. It's about what? The
Video, audio, kinetic.
So visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learners. Yeah, it's
Kinesthetic,
our learning styles or our preferences in learning.
Yeah.
TBL.
Oh, Krashen it is.
Sorry?
Krashen's theory, is it?
So it's
visual...
about our learning styles. Yeah, so it's about people who can be like visual learners, auditory learners, or kinesthetic, willing to do something, yeah, so to be involved in some hands-on activities. Then TBL.
Task-based learning.
Right, you are. PPP.
Presentation,
practice
and production, as far as I
Right, you are,
remember.
Natalia. Thank you for your input. Then AFL. AFL. Assessment for learning. And there can be also one more abbreviation that is missing on my slide, AOL, assessment of learning. So to say it's formative or like a summative assessment. Yeah, so these are the key notions we will deal with or we will come across so during the course. Yeah, so yeah, they are here. You can get acquainted with them or look through them once again. Yeah. Now, when it comes to like this methodology that you are supposed to be well aware of, so that's what comprises the key subject matter like of ELT. We are to deal as teachers with language systems and language skills, or in other words, there are certain things that our students should know about, yeah, so about English, that's its phonology, Lexis, grammar, function, and discourse. And they are to implement those, like that knowledge, yeah, that knowledge, while doing something, yeah, while, for example, listening to some texts or reading some of them, so writing something or speaking, so like being involved in some dialogical interaction or monological speech. By the way, so when it comes to phonology, what are we supposed to equip our learners with? What is phonology all about?
Something connected to the phonetics, maybe, no?
It's related to phonetics,
yeah.
What is the difference between phonetics and phonology? And why did I choose? Why did I prefer to use phonology instead of phonetics here? Because phonology is more about the pronunciation of sounds in the connected speech.
Connected speech, yeah.
You know, so at times, like the way the word is spelled or written is quite different from the way it's pronounced, especially by the British or by the Scottish, Scottish presenters. You can sometimes hardly understand what they are driving at. Lexis is about like chunks, lexical chunks, or just words, idioms, collocations our learners are to know. Grammar stands for some grammar structures in the context that should be learned. And here come my questions about the functions and discourse, because I've come across such an interesting thing that not all the teachers, as well as not all the even master degree students, understand what stands behind function or discourse. What's this?
Functions is not just about Lexis or grammar, but about different roles specific language units play, right? For example, asking for clarification or apologizing, etc. And they are united by one function, right? And whereas discourse is about the specifics of different kinds of genre, different kinds of texts, and the impact of genre on the choice of grammar and Lexis.
Okay, so you're quite right about discourse. Apart from them, I will just add some information that will be, I believe, interesting for you. So our students definitely know such sentences as, would you like some tea or do you like tea? Is there any difference between the meaning of these questions?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely, yeah? Because when we ask somebody, would you like some tea?
It's something that you would like to do it now. It's something like a suggestion.
It's a suggestion, so that's what we offer, yeah? But when
Yes,
we
right,
say,
yeah.
do you like tea? What
It's
am I
about
asking?
your preference. It is about your liking, okay? That do you like tea? Yes.
General
General,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah,
The
okay.
fact.
information.
That's why. So the responses in each of these cases will be different, and that's what what comes like in our head when talking about discourse. For example, so like when I ask my, let it be, so my guest, so do you like tea? Then
Yes, I do.
he will say or she will say, yes, I do, or would you please make me some? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yes, I do in general. Sorry. And
Yeah.
would you like? It just means that I am, or like I am trying to offer some tea,
Yeah.
and it's up to them whether to ask me for making some tea or whether to ask me for making some coffee, for example. Yeah, or refusing it altogether. Function is all about the meaning that is hidden or incorporated in the sentence. Sometimes one and the same sentence being pronounced differently is used for different functions or perform different functions. Let me have a look at the watch here, yeah? So I will tell you, it's 7:13. Why did I mention that? What could be my aim behind that sentence? What for did I mention it?
To speak about time, or just what?
Okay, just for example, just to mention the time.
Yeah.
Or
because we are running out of time.
Or
you
Yeah,
know
to
that our class
calculate how
is
much time is left.
so not much time is left, or we are running out
Yes.
of time and we need to just and we are pressed for it and we need to be in a hurry. You see that the sentence is the same. But
Yes.
the meaning of it and some kind of implicit meaning, implicit, yeah, that is hidden inside it is different. That's why, depending on the way I pronounce this sentence, on its intonation, this sentence can acquire a different function. That's what is always about, yeah? And that's what we are to teach our learners. Yeah. So to sum it up, I will just suggest looking at this, at this slide of mine. Yeah, it contains pretty the same information. So, but like it's visually more appealing to you. Yeah, language systems help us to identify some repertoire of like words or structures or phenomena we are to deal with, while language skills are about practicing or applying everything in practice. That's why systems and skills are inevitably interrelated. So skills like listening, reading, writing, and speaking can be improved only with the help of the systems like grammar, Lexis, pronunciation, discourse. How can we develop our learners' speaking skills if, for example, they lack the knowledge on grammar or vocabulary? If, for example, they have something to say, but they know it just in Ukrainian and they lack words for presenting that in English. So, and that's why, systems and skills cannot be taught independently. Okay, now for you to understand how language systems, so to say, grammar, lexis, functions, discourse work, I will suggest working like with such example. On the one hand, it seems quite simple. Quite simple. So if you analyze especially this very first sentence, what do you think your learners are to know about the pronunciation of this sentence? Could there be, please, anyone who'd like to say it to me, like pronounce it to me, for me not to do that?
No, it can be sound like give me the money.
Right, you are. What did you
Yes. Okay.
do?
They just
Okay, Natalia, could you please explain what you did?
Uh, just I just skip some sounds, okay, just consonant and vowel, because when I was in Scotland, I also just had some experience speaking with Scottish teachers, and it was one phrase I didn't know. I was very surprised because so at first we didn't understand what it means, but it meant at that time I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know. They just skip sound, just vowels, consonants. Yeah.
It's not about skipping. I will just slightly correct you. It's about replacing one sound for
Yeah.
another. Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
call a kind of a regressive assimilation. Yeah,
Assimilation, right? The phenomenon.
assimilation,
Yeah.
because one sound, like one sound V, starts being pronounced like the other
Like,
one, the
yeah.
next one, being influenced by this one.
Yeah.
Why is it called regressive? Because the next vowel like influences the previous one. Yeah, so like, and that's why it's regressive. In case if it was vice versa, it would be progressive assimilation. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why it should be pronounced like gimme, 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 actually double M. Gimme the
Yeah.
money. Give me the money. Then, what should we know about a lexical system? While getting ready to such a class, what should be well aware of as teachers? What should we teach our learners about like lexical aspects of this sentence?
Verbs, okay, the part of speech maybe, yeah?
Parts of speech, yeah. Besides, give has a meaning that is similar to pass or hand, yeah. So you definitely need to equip your learners with certain synonyms. Then, when it comes to grammar, like a grammar system or grammatical system,
what kind of sentence is it? Yes, if it is a question or just maybe a command or just, yeah, okay, affirmative sentence,
Imperative, yeah.
Imperative sentence. Imperative sentence that consists of a verb, indirect pronoun me, because like we just see that it should be given to somebody, yeah, give me. And then direct object, what exactly should be given to a person, yeah? Then a functional system. How does the whole sentence sound? Give me the money or give me the money. Can sound as a
polite request.
Polite request in the first example, or give me the money.
Command.
Order.
Order.
Order. And discoursal system. What is all this about, discoursal system? For this, we need to analyze also not just the first sentence, but the other one, the second one as well. Give me the money, and the reply is, Stephen will be back on Friday. What relation does it have to the previous sentence?
That this person doesn't have money and it needs to wait for Stephen to return them.
Perhaps it's a lady who is waiting for Stephen, her husband, to come home from his business trip, yeah? And that's why, so indirectly she says, I'm sorry, I don't have the money on me, but Stephen, my husband, will come on Friday. We can only, so I'm not sure, 100% sure that Stephen is her husband, but perhaps like it's another person, but it's definitely the person who has the money. And fortunately or unfortunately, it can be given back just on Friday, because by that time this person will be back. You see? Simple sentences. But we need to do this profound analysis of everything, and that is what required of you in your CELTA course. While getting ready with the with lesson planning, preparing the lessons, there will be a certain table. Just let me dedicate some time to it. By the way, in our chat, I already shared the link to our site. That's why if you happen to skip some class or because of cut off you cannot be present there, you will find all the information here in this events tab. You see that, so currently there are no videos here, but the very moment when they appear, you will have the so-called drop-down menu with all the sessions, These are the sessions of the previous year. This year, some new ones will appear here. By the way, they will be a bit similar to what we dealt with the previous year, but I decided also to change a lot. That's why I will strongly recommend you just to stick to this tab and to these drop-down menus. And so when it comes to lesson plan templates, yeah, I will show you like how they look like. Yeah, that's how it looks. You will need to comment on overall lesson. Just you need to anticipate how smooth everything will go. What will be the strength of your lesson? What you'll be doing there then. So you are to incorporate the stage name, the timing, procedure, possible problems, and the ways you will deal with them. And here, like the tutor or your course trainer is to like make comments in your lesson plan. Yeah. So, and besides, like the final, the final sheets will be dedicated to you like writing and all the possible comments about how you are going to work with all these words or sentences or idioms or chunks you are to work on. Yeah, that's why that is the work that needs to be done on this new vocabulary that you are going to introduce or new grammar phenomena that you are going to introduce. Difficult? Not
Challenging a little bit.
challenging a bit, but feasible. Quite, I would call it feasible. Yeah, not even challenging, but quite feasible. Yeah, and let us check. Yeah, so if we did the right, the right job. Yeah, we've already analyzed everything, and thanks to Natalia. Yeah, so it seems as if she eavesdropped what I was going to write here because she was on the right track all the time, providing the correct answers. Yeah, so I'm thankful also to all of you like Margarita and Ina. So yeah, who were assisting me. So on this way. Besides, we will also, while dealing with this course, we will come across different methods and approaches. Right now, I will just provide a brief timeline of this evolution of foreign language teaching methods and approaches. Yeah. So there was an evolution from the intellectualism to informed eclecticism. So to say, when it comes to different methods, when it comes to different approaches, they've been changing each other. At different times, yeah, different periods, this or that method became particularly liked by certain teachers. I remember the times when I was like this, the learner of these traditional schools, who were working on traditional textbooks by mainly Ukrainian teachers, with grammar translation method being highly welcome. Yeah, we just learned long lists of words and we were to translate them from Ukrainian into English and vice versa. Was it effective? Of course not, because I understood a number of times that I could hardly use or implement these words in connected speech. And so then this grammar translation method was changed by communicative language teaching, that is the cornerstone or just the central one in teaching at schools, universities, and that is central in like CELTA course. Okay, so let us brief on that. I will ask you questions. Help me with recognizing the method. What method focuses on using only a target language in the classroom? Only a target language. Find that method or maybe approach that corresponds to it. What method or approach focuses on using only a target language in the classroom? A target language. Target language?
Maybe community language learning.
Actually, it's a direct method. Direct method. It
Okay.
presupposes using only that language that is being taught. Then, which method presupposes a lot of repetition, a lot of drills? What?
Audiolingual method.
Right, you are. Thank you. What method presupposes that a teacher speaks very little, giving the floor to the students?
The silent way.
Right, you are.
Learners
The silent way, yeah, the silent way, yeah. So the teacher spoke just a little or kept mum the whole lesson. It's not quite reasonable because at times your students need your assistance, yeah. You can't keep mum like whole lesson or just tell them, oh, how could you be so silly? Just check that up in the dictionary. Yeah, I don't like such an approach. Then, so group interact. So like let us talk about the method in which a group interaction is essential. And the more people are involved in this interaction, the better.
community language learning.
Quite right, because you create, you form the community. Then, which method focuses on working with lexical chunks?
Lexical approach.
Lexical
Thank
approach.
you.
Yeah.
And this method presupposes that students do the tasks using the language while being involved in some hands-on activities.
Task-based.
Right, you are. Perfect. It just proves for me that you are well aware of a lot of methodology. So thank you for being so active. Still, I believe that, so I can anticipate the question that remains. So what does informed eclecticism stands for? Yeah. It just means that there is no universal method. However great communicative language teaching can be, there are times, especially when we are talking about some nuclear weapons, when you can hardly think of a synonym to provide your learners with. And you are to use grammar translation, or for example, you are like in certain situations to use audiolingual method and whatnot. Informed eclecticism is about using that method that will be appropriate in a particular situation. That's what this stuff is all about. Yeah. Still, the most frequently used approaches are grammar translation and communicative or action-oriented method. We kind of like dwelled slightly upon them. Yeah, grammar translation was like the earliest one. And it taught us about the language. So we focused as teachers on language systems, on how to teach them grammar, how to equip our learners with as many lexical chunks as possible without paying due attention to how to use everything they know in everyday speech, in everyday conversation. That's why we did a lot of exercises, but these were fill-in, complete exercises, not the activities that were done in the context. So most of the students or learners treated these tasks as some tasks with the code to be used. For example, here you need to fill in the blank using the appropriate form of the verb in the past tense form. And it was like a code for them, yeah? But they did not understand how it truly worked. And it was highly teacher-centered, unlike communicative method that is learner-centered. Yeah. Now, so we are gradually driving to the end of our today's meeting, and so like there are some kind of like final touches. Yeah, let us compare like teacher-centered and student-centered methods. Yeah, what is similar, what is different about them, what are their advantages and disadvantages? So what is the focus here in teacher-centered method?
Teacher itself.
So teacher, yeah, so is the master of the situation. The focus is on him and on what he says. Whereas in student-centered approach, these are the students, yeah, so who are valued, whose ideas and thoughts are appreciated, even in case if they make mistakes. Then what it looks like in a classroom. How does the whole lesson look like?
Teacher is the main person, is the leader. Yeah, I would say teacher is the leader.
Sometimes he's even suppressing his students, yeah, talking too much, 2/3 of the time, yeah. And in while implementing student-centered method, we see that it's the student. So these are the students who talk, who
Who take the stage.
The stage, yeah, so who are performing, who are taking the responsibility for what's going on. What are the advantages and disadvantages of these methods? Advantages.
It's a lecture, so the advantages are in teacher-centered approach, yeah. If
So
it's a lecture. If we have practical classes, of course, it's better to have student-centered classes.
Так. But so among the possible advantages, like at least I can name the one of them, is that so teacher monitors the situation. So he is in charge of his class, yeah? Because in student-centered lessons and classes, so everything may seem quite chaotic, yeah, quite chaotic, like with a complete mess, like with students, so being in charge of everything that's going on, and sometimes so like the classroom can be like very noisy because of them talking, interrupting each other, like setting their own goals and whatnot. Yeah. So let us compare. Like we managed to mention almost everything, yeah, that is here on this slide. We will skip only one task, so because I aimed at showing one example of a bad lesson, but no problem, I will incorporate that into some other sessions of ours, yeah, so that you could be like well aware what worked well and what didn't work. I'm quite thankful to all of you for your presence, for your active participation today. And now just have a look at these cute squirrels. So like on the squirrel scale, what type of squirrel are you now? Or in other words, how are you feeling? Quite elated because thanks God, so the session came to an end, or exhausted, unwilling to talk, hungry, angry, furious, tired, and so being ready to sleep. So tell me how you feel. I see that some people keep on texting in the chat. So 6, let me check what's this. Being unwilling to talk, yeah. Then 4. What's this? Not so, Natalia. So could you please interpret this picture for me?
So actually, all this session, I was like this squirrel. I was like a ghost, listening to others and let's say, collecting all the ideas without producing my own.
Okay, thanks a lot for sharing. Somewhere between 5 and 8, says Margarita. So thanks God that finally it's over. Yeah, that finally it's over. Then number 2. Oh, quite excited, I believe. So 5 or 9, says Alena. Oh, pretty tired. And 9, yeah, ready. So ready to eat something. Yeah, so grab some corn. So 8 and 4, thanks God. Yeah, so many thanks God. So it's already over. Yeah, still, wasn't it like boring? So did you like the way we worked? Yeah, so on the scale from 1 to 10 in the chat, please, how like useful this information was to you? Where 1 means that it's like it's not what you expected, and 10 means that so you've got to know quite a lot of new and interesting ideas, and you will definitely benefit from the course, or at least that's what you expect. Oh, so 1000 out of 10. Thank you. 10. Thanks a lot. So that's a pleasure. That's a pleasure to be in the know that it was highly essential to you. Believe me. So there is still a more to go, more to work on. Believe me. So that's just a start. That's just the beginning. And I will equip you with some new ideas that perhaps you knew about, or perhaps you have never even heard about. Yeah, that's why. So in this anticipation for the next class, I will leave you. But before that, I will ask you, are there any questions left? Perhaps there is something I need to clarify. Remember that we'll have meetings every Wednesday, yeah, for 13 lessons. 12 lessons will be conducted by me. The final one, the 13th, will be presented by you. Like all of you will be in charge of some lesson fragments and you will comment on them. You will not be able to conduct that because like that will require a lot more time, but at least you will give comments on your lesson plans. Then, so the very next, during the very next, class of ours, so we will talk about some theories. So some theories in methodology that you should be well aware of, because it serves as this theoretical foundation. Sessions 3, 4, 5, and all the rest will be much more practical. Will be much more practical. Still, I hope that you will find that the course useful, and I hope that all of you will benefit from it. Good luck to you. Dedicate time to yourselves, to your nearest and dearest. Find time for rest. And remember that the time is beautiful. That our life is beautiful in spite even of our neighbor. That is constantly getting on our nerves. Bye for now, ladies. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Yeah,